This is Young TP. You are listening to your Don't Listen podcast. Stop playing.
Stop playing. Yo, what is good people? Yes, we are back at it again. Another edition of your Don't Listen podcast with your boy TP. Stop playing. Yes, we are back to it. I would like to thank all the new subscribers for joining the Don't Listen podcast. Your subscription is very necessary in order for this podcast to grow. So what I would ask of anybody watching this is to subscribe to the channel. And you got a lot of content. You got a lot of stuff you can go back and watch. You got a whole lot of content on this channel. And we look forward to doing more. And hit that like button, subscribe yourself to the channel, and let me know down in the comments what you think about the videos. That helps us to go against this algorithm shutdown we dealing with right now. So please hit the like, subscribe, share, and all that good stuff. Thank you all for participating and all who participates. All right, let's get to it. Cornel West is running for president, as you all know. I have to do an update because there are some updates to what's going on with the good brother. He has changed parties. He is no longer running through the People's Party, but still working with the People's Party. He is now running as a Green candidate. He's running with the Green Party, who has more ballot access, more of an infrastructure that will help his campaign and will help, broaden his reach, because the People's Party only had access to the ballot in only 2 states, which here in the Green Party is 28 or better. And then they can go out and get signatures for the rest of the states to get ballot access. And the brother is going to need a great turnout in order to make that happen. I believe it's 77,000 signatures in the states that he don't have ballot access to. So for all those states where he needs ballot access, I hope the good people come out in droves and support him and help him get ballot access in those states. Now, the most important news, I think, to come out thus far, as Cornel West is concerned, is the switch of party affiliates from the People's Party to the Green Party. Now, the People's Party at this moment is mired in all kinds of drama. I ain't going to get into the accusations or whatever, but I don't think it was good for Cornel West to keep running with the People's Party, being as though they got so much things going on. And it manifested on Twitter, where members of the People's Party started coming for Cornel West. And what I would say to those people that was on Twitter, y'all living in a glass house. You should stop, number one. And number two, at the end of the day, it's about personal freedoms, right? How you going to get mad? You help the man get started, help him going forward. If this is the person you are all with in the beginning, and just because he switched, shouldn't change your feelings about him, because this is the man initially you all wanted to run in your party. So, all the rhetoric that's being spun on Twitter should stop. Y'all look crazy out here and make people see why he's changing parties. Now, the Green Party, like I said again, has more ballot access than the People's Party. They have more of an infrastructure because they've been doing it for 20 some years. So it will make Dr. Cornel West campaign a little more stout and have more reach and all those good things, good people. So that's the initial basis for me having this podcast. That's very important for people to know. He is now in the Green Party, running as a candidate in the Green Party. Now, the other thing I wanted to get to was, his platform. In the last podcast, I got so caught up in talking about myself, I really didn't get to show you all what his policies would be. And I think this is a good opportunity for me to show you what his platform will be, what he says it's going to be. And I think everybody should pay attention to what I'm about to show you, because I think it's very important. Now, he has some stuff on his website. I will advise you all to go to www.cornelwest24.com and go check out the platform for yourself. But I took a screenshot and I gathered up some info for you all, just in case you don't have time to do that. So we're going to explore what he's talking about, and we're going to break it down as we go, see what our likes and dislikes are, but we're going to check it out. So let's do that. I'm going to share a screen with you all. And like I said, this is from Dr. Cornel West's website, and we're going to check out what he's talking about here. Okay. Okay, let's look at this here. It says create true democracy. This is Dr. Cornel West's policies that he's running on. It said clean out government corruption and create a true democracy. Get money out of politics and ban corporate lobbying. Enact term limits in Congress and switch to hand-counted paper ballots. Okay. That's the first thing, create true democracy. So what do we think about that? And what he said there. What I would say first is, he said, get rid of corporate lobbying. I think that's a great thing, because this is how the corporate takeover of our government happened, is you get these lobbyist people formerly of the government, formerly of these businesses, that they turn into lobbyists, and they go to Congress and they go to the Senate and they say, we need this for this. And then you see certain laws get enacted and things get passed that benefit corporations and not people. So on that note, I think that's a great thing. The other thing he said, let's go back to it and make sure we're saying the right stuff. Okay. Let's do that. He also said enact term limits in Congress. Okay. I think that is very necessary, because in everything in life, as people get older, a lot of people get out of touch. I think in a lot of cases, That's what's happening in Congress. A lot of people are stuck in the old ways of doing things, and it's time for something new. A change needs to happen, and the only way you can do that is with term limits. I think if the president has to adhere to term limits, so should members of Congress, because you should always not be subjected to always one way of thinking and moving in anything in life. So I think that is a good thing too. Switch to hand counted paper ballots. I think I don't understand what that would do. I could see you having hand counted paper ballots alongside of machines. So whatever numbers that's not being counted in the machine can be counted on the paper ballot. And I think that's not a bad thing to have as well. Okay. I also think they should also ask for ranked choice voting. And I think they also should do a dual primary where both members of both parties all debate each other and get it out the way. Ranked choice voting is more so of whoever get the highest percentage of the first and the second person, maybe even the third. They go to a runoff, they do it again, they debate again, and then do it again, and then you get down to one. I think ranked choice voting should be enacted as well. Okay, revitalize our economy, guarantee quality education, housing, and a living wage, and paid leave to all. Curb inflation, support unions, and expand Social Security. Fix our infrastructure and forgive all student debt. Okay. The most important thing I saw on there is forgive all student debt. I think that translates to everyone that's subjected to student debt, gives them an opportunity to start their life out without being in debt, and start their life out a way of them making and saving money in order for them to acquire what is needed in this country to get ahead, right? Because if you look at the prices of school today and what they were, let's say 30, 40, 50 years ago, for the same education some of these people are getting today, the price is astronomically higher than what your grandparents had to pay, what their parents had to pay, and what your parents had to pay. It's exponentially higher. So I think student debt is a great thing to go after to get people a head start and running their life and getting back to living a life of not just working to pay a bill, because some people out here got jobs just to pay their student debt, because some people's student debt is that high and it inhibits them from actually living a productive life. If you're mired in student debt, you pretty much can't do nothing else, right? Like acquire a house or afford to have a child and raise them if you are mired in debt, right? So we talked about that in the podcast, so you can go back and check that one out as well. Let's go back and see what else he's talking about. I think that was for that thing he talked about. I think that's the most one that's important in that. Okay, Medicare for all, guarantee health care to all, like every other major country on earth. Wow, would you look at that? Something important that he in that line he said was like every other major country on earth. See, what they like to do is scare you and say, hey, if you do Medicare for all, it'll bankrupt the country. But if you listen to the people that know what they're talking about, it's cheaper than the healthcare system we are paying for, the government is paying for. It's way cheaper to do that than the current system we have now. So don't listen to the fallacy. Do your own research on that. Ensure comprehensive care, including dental, vision, hearing, mental, substance, and long term. Lower drug prices and abolish medical debt. Wow. Imagine that. Being able to go and see a doctor without worrying about you not being able to pay your rent, car note, and all that stuff. Imagine if that could happen. Oh, wow. And including dental, vision, hearing, mental, all that sounds like healthcare to me. So why isn't that included in most healthcare plans? I do not know. So that tells you when you live in a for-profit system, what could happen to you could be medical debt could cost you everything. And in every other country in the world, it's an actual right to have health care. Pay a little more in taxes, but you don't pay a little more for your doctor. And there's no middleman that you have to pay before you see your doctor. Okay? End the wars, bring our troops home, and invest those trillions of war dollars into American communities. Support veterans, stop all foreign military aid, close the bases, disband NATO, and ban nuclear weapons globally. Now, for that, what I would say is I don't know enough to speak on that and give you all the knowledge you would need on that. But what I would say is there are other shows that Cornel West was on. I believe it was Democracy Now, where he talked about that. And you could probably get a better breakdown of that from that show, Democracy Now, on that question there. So I will refer you to them to get the answers for that, because I honestly is not as foreign affairs, I'm not as great on that as most. I just know what's going on here, and that's really what I care about. So if you care about that foreign affairs stuff, and I would refer you to Democracy Now to watch that and see about that. I'm not affiliated with Democracy Now, but that's where I got that from, that information. But what I will say is when it comes to foreign aid, and this goes back to the last pod I did about Cornel West, I said the money was just goes everywhere but where it needs to be, which is here for the people, here instead of everywhere else. If you collecting our tax dollars, some of those tax dollars should be spent on the people that's paying the tax, not everywhere else. And they should have, a voice to speak on where their money should be spent. That's why we vote for politicians, put them in places of power so they can speak for us. But once they get in there, they don't. So that's my opinion on that. So let's go to the next one. Okay. Expand civil liberties. Okay. Now, this is very important. Guarantees equal rights to all Americans. Wow, would you look at that? In 2023, you still have to say guarantee equal rights to all Americans. What is that about? I thought we already had that, but I digress. Restore free speech. Oh, wow. Look at that. Wow. Free speech would be nice. I thought we already had that. Press freedoms. Okay. Well, press freedoms should be something they have. They are protected under the First Amendment, right? Which is free speech. So why don't the press have freedoms? Because it seemed like all they do is talk for corporate entities, right? So that's probably what he's talking about there. And net neutrality. That would be nice. Net neutrality is everybody have the same access to whatever is on the internet, and nobody's getting favoritism in one part of the internet than the other. And surveillance, wouldn't that be nice? Right? Under the guise of, you know, 9/11, a lot of people has been under surveillance for the wrong reasons, and regular Americans have been under surveillance. Edward Snowden has told us that. So that's what that is. Okay, I agree with that. The drug war and mass incarceration. Well, the drug war leads to mass incarceration, what leads to for-profit prisons, which leads to for-profit, for-profit, for-profit. Okay, that's what that is. Protect choice. Oh, wouldn't that be nice? Freedom of choice. Thought we already had that. Stop CBDCs and regulate AI. Wouldn't that be nice? Because AI right now is taking over. A lot of people are going to lose their jobs to AI. So I would like to know how they would do that and break up big tech. Uh, like I said, big tech and is involved in a lot of censorship in tandem with the government. So I can see where that would be help for the good people. All right, clean up pollution in our food, water, air, tackle climate change, and shift to regenerative agriculture. Okay, sounds nice, but he's going to have a lot of pushback against that because that's been something that's been happening for the longest time. And we don't have any change as of yet. They have all these green bills incorporated with bills that was passed, and we're still not in a place to really do a lot of these things as protect the environment. You got people out here still giving oil companies license to drill anywhere, public lands, drill, and in the oceans of Alaska, on Alaska, in Alaska. Next will be Antarctica. They'll find a way to drill there. Okay. So remove all oil and gas subsidies, which should not be a thing. Why is oil and gas still receiving subsidies? They make a killing. They go up and down with gas and oil as much as they want and gouge the people. So why is they getting any subsidies from the government, which is taxpayer money, is beyond me. And drilling in public lands and invest in clean energy. So, yes, all those things are good. All those things are good. Uh, will he be able to get them initiated? He will be in the fight of his life. A lot of politicians been talking about they want a Green New Deal. They want this, they want that. But the way they vote shows you different because, like I said, they are drilling in public lands. They are polluting our water. They are doing all the stuff they said we don't need to be doing going forward. And they really don't have a leg to stand on when it comes to them cleaning up the environment. So Be that as it may, I will wish the good brother Cornel West luck. He's going to need it on getting that kind of legislation passed in Congress and the Senate, because most of them are all bought and paid for by the same people they are there to regulate. Okay, good people. Now, I thought it was a good thing to give y'all what I was supposed to give you in the first one, but I didn't want to go too long. Okay. So, yeah. So I came back with this to give you Dr. West's policies that he's going to be running on. And you know he's going to give y'all all the other stuff you need as well. Already, I know who I'm voting for, unless I see something dramatic happen during the, the race. You know who I'm rocking with. So I hope you all enjoyed this episode. Sorry for the not uppity, super energetic, like I don't have it today. But what I will say, I will have something to say. I hope y'all heard what I said, heard my stances on Mr. West's proposals and his policy. And I hope you do your own investigation and find out for yourself, is this somebody you want to rock with? Everything that I saw sounds and looks good in my opinion. So we're going to end it on that. I wish you all peace on your journey. Be safe out there on these evil streets. And then the good words of the good brother Bernie Mac. Don't get nothing on you. Stop playing. This has been your Don't Listen podcast. Like, share, subscribe. And we'll see you all in the next one. Enjoy your day, good people. Peace. I'm out.
This is Young TP. You are listening to your Don't Listen podcast. Stop playing.
Stop playing.